I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more. And all along I believed I would find you. Time has brought your heart to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 more.
Well, just look at Bryan. He's never seen anything so gorgeous in his life. But Bryan, I'm going to tell you, these things cover the warning. My wife and I just celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary, and I just want to tell you now, she's not going to look the same in 50 years. But God is good, and by that time your eyesight will be so bad. This is beautiful. Friends, this is a day when everything changes, not just for Bryan and Shaydene. You know, you're coming as two single people, you're going to leave as a married couple, but it doesn't just change for you, it changes for your families. This is no longer our daughter, well it is, but it's now someone else's wife. It's no longer our son, it's someone else's husband. He's now got in-laws. We all know the jokes about them. You know, this is a fact. They say that women marry men who are very much like their own fathers. That's why mothers cry at weddings. Great, we've really got 4 purposes for being here today. The one is to fulfill all the legal requirements. I gave them the letter, they've been to Home Affairs. We've got all the forms filled in. All that's left is the signatures. I have already fingerprinted them. It always amazes me how much easier the guys give their fingerprints than the women. Most of them have done it before at that little place with the blue light. And that's what it seemed like, Bryan. Maybe there's a story there. I'm not going to ask too much about that. And then we are today to be witnesses and well-wishers. And I like to say this to people who come to a wedding. A witness for a marriage is not a passive thing. You're not spectators here today. You are the significant people in the lives of Bryan and Shaydene. You are the ones they'll turn to. You, their support group. In life, we have 3 things. We have faith, family, and friends. That's all that we have. And I want all of you who are here today, and especially the guys, make sure that you're good for their marriage. Don't pull Bryan away to go and fish or do whatever he does while he should be shopping.
Golf.
Golf. Oh, thank you, Shaydene. Thank you. I knew there had to be something. But everyone who's here, just remember, this is how life works. This is their support group. And then we are, of course, to recognize the spiritual dimensions and to ask special blessings. You know, when we got here today, I was just looking and thinking, you know, we as humans, we try and build structures that display cathedrals, to display the grandeur of God, and just to make that place. And then God says, why don't you just use the venue I gave you? You're not going to get a chapel seating as good as the sky. You're not going to get stained glass windows that can match the vegetation around here. You're not going to get fancy Italian tiles that looks anything like the surface of the water, apart from the brownness from the flooding. But you just not, and God just gave us this beautiful place. And then we're also blessed that the COVID restrictions are over. We're blessed for the safe travel and that this venue was still in one piece for you to be here today. And then we are also, fourthly, to enjoy the social and the festive occasion. And I know how it normally works. People think there's the wedding service and God is there. Then there's the reception. You kind of hope God's not there. But it's not really not like that at all. God made us people with community. He made us people with friends. The first miracle Jesus did was at a wedding when he turned the water to wine. And he wasn't there with a little notebook seeing who's misbehaving and dancing on the table and all the rest of it. He was there just to add his joy and his blessing. So when you party tonight, that's as much of your wedding day as anything else. I want to read a passage of scripture from the book of Proverbs. It says, two are better than one, because they have a better return for their labor. Because if one of them falls down, the other can help him up. But pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. Also, if two lie down together, they can keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? And although one person may be overpowered, two may defend themselves. Then he adds something very wisely at the end, and he says, a rope made of 3 strands is not easily torn apart. So he takes from the two of you, 2 are better than one. And then says, if you've got God with you, that's even better. If you've got the 3, that cord of the 3 together. I promised them I wouldn't keep them standing here for a long time today, but I've got a message to give you. Now, Socrates said, it is the right of the elderly to give advice to the young. And it is equally the right of the young to refuse to heed that advice. So I'm going to say things today. You can take it or not take it. Someone sent me a thing during the week. This guy says, about your age, Bryan, and he said, I wish I had listened to my dad when I was younger. And his friend said, wow, what did he say? He said, I don't know, I wasn't listening. So take the advice of people who've been there, done it. That'll help you. But, as I mentioned, Liz and I have been married 50 years. And many people ask, what's the secret? And I'm going to tell you what the secret is today. The secret is there is no secret. Because if there was a one-size-fits-all that you can say, do this and you'll be fine, then that'll mean we're all robots and we're all the same. You've got to make your own way. You've got to find your own way. Of course, there's certain attitudes and behaviors and that, whether you married or at work or any other relationship, but you've got to find your way. But I want to say this, that it used to be a lot easier to stay married. It really did. And society has changed so much. It's become difficult to stay married. It used to be, even the law courts were in favor of marriage. It was hard to get a divorce. It really was. Boy, you went through a number of court cases and all the rest of it before you do that. Now you just send your representative and he does it for you. But other things have made it marriage more difficult today. And one of them is the changes in society. It's difficult to think that when we got married, there weren't even cell phones then. And you just cannot believe. And let me tell you something strange about a changing society. I read a little while ago that a woman in America married a railway station. That's how crazy the world has gone. And I read just 2 weeks ago that a woman who had married herself has applied for a divorce because she doesn't like being single. You tell me how on earth, what has happened to society? What has happened to marriage? But here's what it used to be like. You got married, it was like floating down a stream on a little boat, and you could even fall asleep. It was just drifting, and eventually you got to your destination. It wasn't always perfect all the way down, but you got there, and people just stayed married. Now, today, it's not like that. The pace is so quick. That little stream is a raging torrent. That little boat's got 2 V6 outboard motors on it now. There's rocks in the way. There's all sorts of things that are in your way. And that is what has happened with love. And I want to tell you, the biggest detriment to your marriage, the biggest problem you're going to have is the pace of love and not having time for each other. We've all seen it. Even when couples go out, you sit at the table, and I plead guilty as well, and you got your phones out. That's what you do. And you're so busy trying to stay afloat in life that you've got no time to enjoy the trip. And that's what happens. And anyone who's been married a long time will tell you it's like yesterday. And where has it gone? It hasn't just gone a year at a time, or a month at a time, or a week or a day. It's gone one conversation at a time. And before you know it, you're 50 years married. You ask yourself, what happened? Someone once said, life is what happens while you're busy doing things. And that's exactly what happens in marriage. You can be so busy, Bryan, with a fallout. I think the last time I saw Bryan, there were burning things in the pot and that, what do you call it?
Conveyor belts.
Conveyor belts. Yes, we were at this huge fire, and Bryan was explaining to me how it happened. And so we just jump, and we're so busy doing what's urgent that we don't do what's important. And we neglect our relationships, we neglect our families, we neglect everything else because we're so busy chasing the pace of life. And that's going to be it. I want to bring you the new big culprit. This culprit wasn't there, as I said, when we got married. Thank you for that. See what it's doing to my hair as well this way. But I want to tell you, this thing here is going to be one of the biggest dangers to your marriage because it is so time consuming. It is so time demanding. And you're going to have 1,000 friends. And maybe 10 of those will be actual friends. And you're going to read about how people live, and you're going to see celebrities, and you're going to think that's life, and that's not life. And you're going to think you're going to have this image and that image and this product and all this, because this thing is telling you that all the time. And people live in this unreal world. You live in this world that actually doesn't exist. And you'll know your marriage, what that's going like, by simple things like how often you laugh together. Just laugh together. You make each other laugh. You know, in the Greek language, Bryan and Shaydene, there are 4 different words for love, and it's very, very interesting what those words are. There's one of them, the word is storge, and that is the word for group love. I don't know if you've been overseas and you see a Springbok rugby jersey. You want to run across the road and hug that person. You don't even know them. That's our country. That's our people. And a Sharks jersey, when you're up in Joburg, you know, you say, wow, that's the kind of love. That's that bond. That's what you have now, the two becoming one, and then the two families becoming one, and your friend Shaydene becoming Bryan's friends and vice versa. That's a beautiful kind of love there. And that's, as I said, that's your support group. And then we have, obviously, romantic love. We all know about that kind of love. But Bryan, let me tell you, that's going to change as well. And Shaydene won't want to hear you say that you will swim the deepest ocean and climb the highest mountain. She'll want to hear you say, yes, I took the garbage out like that. Love is you're going to have the romantic and emotional side, but that's not really what it's all about. In the Bible has a word, the Greek language has a word, phileo, and it's friendship. And above everything else, I hope you don't just love each other. I hope you like each other. I've met many couples who love each other, but they don't like each other. And it takes about 5 years of marriage to find that out, that you actually don't like that person. I hope he's your chummy, Shaydene. I hope you like jolling out together.
Oh, yeah.
I hope when you get to a weekend, you say, I want to go somewhere and do something like, who should I phone? No. I hope it's that person who's next to you. If you are good friends, that's going to get you through. The romance will get you through a long way, and it'll always be there. But just be good friends. Sometimes, when you've been married a long time, the best conversation you've had is when you've sat for an hour in the lounge and you haven't said a word, and at the end you think that's the best conversation I've ever played. Just because you're with that person, you belong to each other. And then the Bible always talks about the love that took Jesus to the cross, the love that has nothing to do with feeling. See, all the other loves are I love you because of this and because of that. It's the one that says, I love you in spite of. I don't know any mother who at 3 o'clock in the morning, the 4th day in a row, the child has cried and woken up, says, oh boy, I got a chance to bond with my child tonight. You don't do that, but you say, this is my commitment. I've got to do it, whether I feel like it or not. And maybe you've had a fight and the guy says, I don't feel like going home after work today, but you say, the right thing to do is to go home and sort it out. So commitment, that's gonna take you all the way there. So the bottom line of what I've said is find time. No, don't find time, make time. Make sure. I had a friend, Mark Lillowit, he passed away with COVID, and Mark used to put in his diary his children's plays at schools, and when they had school sport in the morning, and then if someone phoned for an appointment, they'd say, sorry, I've got something else in my diary. You know, we tend to save our best for other people. You know, if you're going to meet with the mayor, you'll dress much better than you will when you're home for the weekend in your scruffiness and all the rest of it. Save the best for each other. Don't give each other what's left after the world has worn you out. After work has taken your time and commitments have taken your time. Just remember, your best time and your best words are for each other. I'm going to say a prayer, and I want to do something a little bit different for this prayer. I always tell people, if I say something, and you've heard it before, it's not repetition, it's reinforcement. So if you've seen this before, see it as reinforcement. I call it the five-finger prayer. If you ever don't know what to pray about, and don't ever think that you're alone in that. The disciples came to Jesus once and said, teach us to pray. They were adult men who had prayed all their life, many times a day. And they said, we don't know how to pray. Here's the way you pray. Your thumb is the closest to you. Pray for the people closest to you, for each other. When you leave for work in the morning, that Brian's going to travel safely and you're all going to have a great day. Pray for your parents, your families, your children. Pray for that. That's the most important. Pray for those close to each other. Then this is the pointing finger. Pray for those who teach. There you got one right. Pray for artisans who teach apprentices. Pray for anyone who passes on knowledge to everyone else. They need prayer. Now, I'm always going to watch for the third one. This is the tallest finger. And this represents people who got authority and power. They've also got a hard time. When I did that the other day, someone said to me, yeah, that's what I want to do with those people in leadership who steal all the money, but that's not what I'm talking about. Pray for leaders. And the Bible says that. Pray for government. In fact, the Bible says there's no government that's in place that wasn't put there by God. For some reason, He might want persecution just to make us more faithful, who knows. And then that finger is your weakest finger. Any piano teacher will tell you that. That's the weakest finger. Pray for the weak. Pray for those who slept out in the cold last night. Pray for those who are drug dependent. Pray for the alcoholics. Pray for people who don't have clothes. Pray for those who lost everything in the flood. And then lastly, the littlest one is yourself. And you know, once you've done that with your life, and you put everything else and everyone else first, then you can start praying for yourself and how you. So that's my prayer to all of you today. And we're now going to, and Shaydene, I didn't ask you before whether you had prepared your own vows. I know that Bryan had it. You were going. You don't have to, by the way. It's not compulsory.
I did.
Oh, you did? Well, that is just so wonderful.
Late last night in bed.
So we have the standard
didn't
one
do
that say I do. By the way, in that one, you're allowed 16 wives. Because it says 4 better, 4 worse, 4 richer, 4 poorer. We're not going to do that way. Bryan, I'm going to ask you to face Shaydene, and I want you to hold the mic. Speak to her. Right to your mouth.
I have a paper for that.
Right in the mic, please, Bryan.
It's okay. You're making me cry.
We've been together for quite a while, and it has been one of the amazing times of my life. I truly love you with all my life. I'll do anything for you, always bend myself over backwards for you. And after today, when I put that ring on your finger, I want to live with you for the rest of my life. Because I will always love you, and you'll always be my number one. So,
Oh, you don't.
no.
I'm affectionate. I'm not good with words. So I wrote my thank you bell. My baby. You danced right into my life and swept me off my feet. You showed me how to love myself when I couldn't, and have guided me, encouraged me, and loved me unconditionally. I prayed many years for a man like you. And when I least expected it, God opened the door for you to enter my life. And for that, I'll be eternally grateful. You complete me in ways I never knew it was possible. As I say, I do today. That is my promise to you, that I will always love you with my whole heart. I promise to be your honest, faithful, and loving wife for the rest of my days. Our days. I promise to always take your hand and stand by your side through the good and the bad times. I promise to carry you through your lows and rejoice in your highs. I promise to always protect you, to love you, to care for you, and to believe in you. I promise to always be your best friend and be your place, that no matter what, you can always come to me and you know that it's okay to be your most vulnerable. I promise to try my best to make you laugh, smile, and be happy. I love you.
I think that is good, I'm going to ask the young man, Bryan, if you'll take the ring that you're going to place on Shaydene's finger. The rings, of course, represent the covenant that you make with each other today. They're endless, symbolizing the eternal nature of your relationship. Bryan, if you place the ring on Shaydene's finger, I want you to look at her. Look at her.
Not a good day.
And then listen after me. With this ring,
With this ring,
I take you as my wife.
I take you as my wife.
I pledge my love to you
I pledge my love to you
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
Quite sorry they didn't do the traditional vows, because the part where the wife says you'll love, honor, and obey, it's taken all the humor out of the service.
You're not supposed to do that.
You repeat after me with this ring.
With this ring,
I take you as my husband.
I take you as my husband.
I pledge my love to you
I pledge my love to you
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
Okay, we're going to sign the register now in front of you all. If I can have the two witnesses.
He didn't let us kiss.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me pleasure to declare that Bryan and Shaydene have been legally married. And to show that we are gender sensitive, you may kiss your husband.
There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I can try for your heart. And our dreams, and they are made out of real things, like a shoebox of photographs with sepia tone loving. Love is the answer, at least, for most of the questions in my heart, like why are we here and where do we go, and how come it's so hard. It's not always easy, and sometimes life can be deceiving. I'll tell you one thing, it's always better when we're together. It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. Moments just might find their way into my dreams tonight, but I know that they'll be gone when the morning light sings or brings new things. For tomorrow night you see that they'll be gone too. 2 minute things I have to do. But if all of these dreams might find their way into my day-to-day scene, I'd be under the impression I was somewhere in between, with only two, just me and you. Not so many things we got to do, or places we got to be. We'll sit beneath the mango tree now. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. We're somewhere in between together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. I believe in memories, they look so pretty when I sleep. Hey, now and when I wake up, you look so pretty sleeping next to me. But there is not enough time, and there is no song I could sing, and there is no combination of words I could say. But I will still tell you one thing, we're better together.
Thanks very much. You lot can be seated. Folks, just in front of you, whatever drinks you have, we'll be tasting with those, okay? There'll be no specific champagne. It's a waste of time because nobody drinks the flippant stuff anyway. Well, there's always a few, yeah. Okay, firstly, I'd just like to, as I said, welcome Mr. and Mrs. Bryan Martin. Please give them a big hand once again. Thank you. Okay. Also, just before that, just to also, unfortunately, can't welcome, but just think of absent friends. Obviously, a few people that should be here that are not here. Thanks. I'm not going to mention names, but I'm sure you all know who they are. It's been my pleasure to be asked to MC the occasion tonight, and knowing Bryan and Shaydene. Bryan, not too long, probably 6 or 7 years now, maybe. I suppose that's long enough for some of the things that we've got to talk about this evening. Shaydene, of course, I've known her since day one. And it's been my pleasure to know her. She's certainly looking awesome tonight. Excuse me, I get a bit sentimental about these things. Okay. Yeah, Shaydene, I'm not going to speak long because there's lots of people to be talking tonight. So like I did with the appearance, I just made a few notes. But we won't be using those. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a pleasure knowing Shaydene, growing up. There's one thing I can say, just be careful when you invite her into your home, because she comes part and parcel of that home. And even now, I don't ask my own wife where anything is. I'll ask Shaydene. I'll phone her and say, Shaydene, where's the butter, or where's this, or where's that? Because she knows where everything in her house is, and I mean everything. Okay, so yeah, it's been awesome just watching her grow from a young lady to what she is today. And now, of course, the wife. Bad luck, Bronny. Yeah. And as for the other side of the coin, our good friend Bryan, like I say, I've only known Bryan a short while, but gee, what a pleasure. If you ever need something done in your home, make a list of all the bobber jobs and invite Bryan over, because he fixes everything from cars to fridges to washing machines, you name it. What a bonus. Okay. And of course, the minister gave a fantastic speech today. I don't have to say anything more. I noticed he kept talking about blue lights. Reminds me of a little occasion with blue lights and Bryan and myself when I had to go and bail him out in Durban North. I won't go into too many details, but oh, what a sight. Oh, my word. And of course, I really got to know Bryan after my daughter's 40th birthday party. And it was a hell of a party. I mean, we all got absolutely plonkers. We arrived home, and Bryan and Shaydene were staying with us. And I thought, well, they off and gone to bed. Cheryl had also ducked and gone. Mother-in-law was hopefully sleeping in the other room. She was staying with us at the time. And she does have a tendency to go walkabout at night. Anyway, I thought, let me just go and catch up on the golf. It must have been about 11:30 or whatever. And I was in the pub, come TV lounge, and I saw this movement out the corner of my eye. And here comes Bryan in all his glory. And I mean all his glory. Not a stitch of clothes, coming staggerly through the flippin', through the lounge. And I thought, oh, please, Mom, don't go walk about now, whatever you do. Yeah, needless to say, a hell of a shriek came from the room. Shaydene came out in her famous dressing gown, thank goodness, and hauled him back into the room. Of course, he denied all of this the next morning, and that's where the famous name of Jose came into the picture. That's his second name. When Bryan's got a Barbie, it's not Bryan anymore, it's now Jose. So just remember that. Okay. Guys, I'm not going to, as I said, talk for long. There's lots of people who want to come and say a few words. Just one thing, I think some of you guys have got keys in your pocket. Those keys belong to Shaydene's front door. Will you please bring them up now? Okay. All of you have had keys. I want them back, please. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. There you go. Stick them on. Awesome. Ah, you got both. Yeah. There you go. Bad luck, chaps. Bad luck. Okay, I'm sure you would have loved to have had a chance to use that. You're a bit young. And nog een. There you go. Cheers. And that's his own brother. Oh my, that. Okay. I think now what will happen as far as our little menu is concerned, starters will be served. And after the starters, Lizabelle, where's Lizabelle? Lizabelle? Oh, sorry, geez, I should have known, sorry. You'll be called up to come and give us a chirp, okay? All right. Are you guys ready for the starters? Yes, no? Okay, unless you want to do this quickly first. Lizabel, maybe you want to come and do this first, and then are the starters ready? Okay, yeah. There you go. Thanks, Lizabel.
Good evening, everyone. If you haven't had the chance to meet me, my name is Lizabel. I have had the honor of having Shaydene and Bryan as very close friends. Bryan I've known longer, since school days. And Shaydene, sorry. But when I met Shay, it was as if I've known her for just as long. Shay has always told me that, to other people, she shows this tough exterior. And when I met her, honestly, I don't see that. I don't. I think you're the most caring, most faithful friend, sorry, most honest, most beautiful inside and out. And I love you so much. When Shay asked me to step in as matron of honor, I felt flattered and honored most of all. But most of all, nervous because I knew I had to give the speech. You see, I am the kind of shy type and I almost tried to get out of the speech. But as Bryan can tell you, it's almost impossible to say no to Shay and get away with it. But Shay, I love you, and I know you did the same for me, so this is for you. Today, you start a completely new chapter of your guys' lives. And no, it's not the end chapter, it's just the beginning. The most important advice I can give you is to love and cherish each other through everything, and to always remember how you feel today at this moment. During your worst fights, and yes, there will be fights, so many fights, remember how you love each other at this moment. A successful marriage requires falling in love many times, always with the same person. And when I look at you two, I see each day that your love just grows stronger and stronger for each other. Sorry, I'm shaking. Shay and Bryan, I am so proud to call you my friends. You have come so far together in life, and if you are this far already, there is no stopping you. You are both so passionate and so driven, I have no doubt your life together will be anything but a huge success. I thank you both for such a wonderful day. Shay, you look absolutely gorgeous. I know I wrote this before, but I knew she was going to look great. And Bryan, just as handsome. And you two together are the perfect image of what a bride and groom should look like. I want you guys to remember you'll always have a place in my heart, and of course on our couch, for those days of the fight. So I raised my glass. I didn't bring my glass, but please raise your glasses. To the two of you, and wish you nothing but the best in your lives together. I love you guys so much.
Sad and crying, gee, that girl put me to shame. Thanks, Isabel, you made me feel better. Obviously, there's people that have come a long way to be here. And Bryan and Shaydene, really thank them very much. Shaydene's folks, all the way from New Zealand. Bryan, that's Debbie and Graham. Bryan's brother and his wife and kids, all the way from Denmark, which is awesome. And and even myself, all the way from Umkomaas. Oh, geez, I thought I'd get a bigger hand than that. Yeah, no, thanks, guys. Yeah, what we're going to do is just Shaydene's sister, unfortunately, who couldn't be here. She's back in New Zealand. She's written a message for her, and we'll just play that now for you so you can hear that, and then we'll call up the best man to give his chirp as well. Okay.
So today is the day that my stunning brother ties a knot and gets to run this incredible journey with someone by her side on a whole nother deeply invested level, and of course has given me another handsome sister. You know, I'm so glad yourself and Derek, as my older siblings, didn't push me down the driveway towards a road in my pram when I was small, like a certain story I heard. But instead, you guys used me to sneak into Mom and Dad's bedroom to fetch the keys to get to the other side of the house while they were sleeping, to bribe me to squeeze through the bars of the security gates to check the Christmas presents, or to lift me over the wall because apparently I was the lightest, to check out the Christmas presents. Or you're the favorite, they won't say no to you, go ask Mom or Dad, if that sounds familiar kind of moments. From please play brat dolls with me, let's go swing, to cat fights, and then as close as bum cheeks. The steps we've taken as sisters are some of the many cherished memories I do and always will hold tight to my heart. From the blue eyes and strawberry hair, milkman, to blue hair, to the inspiring, warm-hearted, beautiful woman you are today. I just couldn't be more proud to call you my sister. And seeing you with a man who I know and trust will forever treat you nothing less than the title of the daughter of our Almighty God. Pretty much being royalty brings nothing but happiness to my heart. Knowing you've desired that also, that love in the relationships, that kind of relationship for many years. Bryan, I want to proudly say welcome to the family. You already know that there's never a dull moment being around us all, and we all are open-armed to the joys and the person you will be surrounding us with. To many blessed years of loving my sister till death do you part, and the family you both will blossom into and grow together. In hard times, always remember the spark that ignited this love that has led to an incredible day like today, and never let it fade. God having the center, you can never go wrong. Forever will I have your back, Shaydene. Like the saying goes, behind every older sister is a crazy younger sister. Although it seems like I've become more of the gentle one now, it's only because I finally found a sport where I can beat people up, where it's legal and allowed. As life brings us closer, as life has brought us closer, like bum cheeks squeezing more and more together when a toilet isn't available and the ring sting is on its way, I'll always know I have the most incredible sister, with the warmest of hearts and such a passion and love for so many around her. I wish you both a prosperous path you as one are undertaking, as the vows have been shared upon your lips, spoken from your hearts, and walked out through daily by your feet and ways of life. Keep falling in love every single day, and I'm looking forward to the day we all sit around the table with our families all around us. You both look absolutely perfect, and the blend of you as individuals have now created a significant aroma as you walk hand in hand, heart by heart, and mind on mind. I love you guys, and God bless, and hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Okay, bye.
Thanks very much for that long story that came all the way from New Zealand, which was awesome. I see your younger sister still hasn't given up giving you grief. Right. Jacques, if you wouldn't mind coming up and saying a few words on Bryan's behalf.
Hey Bryan, hey Shaydene. Glad you guys can make it. It's good to see you. Yeah, just a small correction, Neil. The best man is Eugene, who unfortunately couldn't be here. So here I am. Hey. But yeah, I thought let me just squeeze in a few words before we would listen to his message that he sent. Yeah, so I've got this one story in mind that I couldn't, just keeps coming up. My brother, who's the best man, and you, Brian, have been best friends since ever. Through thick and thin, you know, ups and downs and everything in between. I specifically remember when we were younger, we weren't allowed to smoke, obviously, cigarettes. So we had to go do that scallampiece where no one could see us. One day we didn't have cigarettes. And Eugene and Brian went to go get some cigarettes, and I waited calmly at home. So that they came back with not a cigarette box or a cigarette, with a whole cigarette machine. Obviously did not think this completely through, because when they got home, families are home, I'm home, mom and dad are home, here comes Eugene and Brian with a cigarette box machine. But yeah, it was an eventful evening, to say the least. But yeah, that's just one of the fondest memories. I'm not sure if the statute of limitation was reached with that, but anyway, there we go. Yeah, from my side, Brian, it's been a pleasure being your friend, and it obviously still will be. You're not going anywhere. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. No, just joking. And obviously, Shaydene, when you came into his life, we could see Brian's little sparkle. And he spoke about you the first few times, then it got more serious and more serious. And yeah, it's just been phenomenal to see you guys together, working through everything that life has thrown you. Yeah, it's really inspiring, and I wish you guys all the best going forward. Yeah, lots of love to you guys. And before I call up for Richie for his speech, I'd just like to raise a toast to Bryan and Shaydene. Cheers.
Right, so this is the real best man. He's coming on, like Kirstine, his speech. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it here tonight. But he did make a speech, and you can listen to it now. I'm sure you all can't wait.
Hi everyone, my name is Eugene, the best man, in this case the invisible best man. I was asked to give a speech today and felt very honored, so where do I begin with Bryan? Well, for starters, he's handsome, witty, intelligent, and chocker. Sorry Bryan, I'm having trouble reading your handwriting. Me and Bryan met in 2006 studying IT together, and that is where everything went down. I was asked not to speak about any of Bryan's mishaps, mistakes, embarrassing moments, or ex-girlfriends. So thanks everyone for listening. That's it for me. On a serious note, me and Bryan became very close friends and have come a long way together. We have had our ups and downs, from good night jolts to some ending in even fistfights, but always end up being mates again afterwards. Even as far as me leaving him on a famous place called Naval Island in Richards Bay, stranded and having to walk home. But I did go back for him and offer him a lift home, but by then he was so stubborn, and over the walking and over the fighting, I just ended up driving next to him slowly, music still banging, and still arguing through the windows. But I think in some case, the walks did you good, keeping his beer belly nice, level, and flat. But Bryan, I can honestly say that you are a true friend, and that'll always stay humble, caring, and faithful. One story that I will always remember for those who don't know: I suffered a serious neck injury in a car accident, and during these times, me and Bryan were very into our riding off-road bikes together. We had this tree on a famous place in the Bay Hall in Richards Bay. We used to stop there for have a cigarette after we had a nice good riding session, and for some reason we saw the tree. So Bryan was coming from the left, I was coming from the right. So we both popped a wheelie, on the back wheel. So Bryan coming from the left going right, I'm coming from the right going left. And somehow we just knocked each other straight flat out while on the back wheel, me flying left, Bryan flying right. And obviously me being in a neck situation, neck position, suffering injuries on my neck previously, I remember Brian clearly, still limping, coming. Gene, are you right? Are you right, Gene? How you doing? I was completely fine, but just that what I saw, Brian coming towards me, made me realize how actually caring you are, and that it's a special thing of you. Today is the big day, D-Day. Very proud of you guys and very proud to call you guys our friends. Been through so much together and can actually consider each other family. Brother from another mother. Shaydene, I'm sure you look stunning tonight, as always. Sorry I could not spend this day with you guys, but I'm sure you can handle it. I mean, look around you and see what you guys have put together. After tonight, your journey together starts as a married couple and can't wait to see what the future brings for you two. Tonight is the night. The night. All night long. No. Tonight is the night that you two are officially your own little family. I wish you two the best years forward and to love each other always. And remember, I will always be by your side, even if it is me driving next to you. Love you guys. Enjoy every second of it.
Thank you, Eugene, all the way from Kaapstad. Well, this is a nice one. I always like this one, especially when it's not me. Time to call up Daddy. Hey, Shades. Here's your dad. Graham.
Funny, eh? Well, hi, everybody. I'm not a public speaker by any means. You'll notice shortly. But yeah, first thing is Bryan and Shaydene. Proud of you guys. Congrats. Welcome to the family, Bryan. You're a special man, eh? And yeah. And love you, well, we've been through a lot, all of us as a family. I still remember going to pre-primary with you every day and having to play Shine Jesus Shine and sing on top of our voices every single day for about 2 years. But yeah, we've got lots to talk about, and I'm going to go down the story of all our lives with you. But you're special. Mom and I love you, always have. The whole family love you. Just sad Derek and Kirsty come with us, but they've sent their love and everything as well. And yeah, Bryan, from my side, you're a great man. I've seen I've tried to treat Shaydene, and it means a lot to us. I said to you a few years ago, she's our pearl, and you've treated her as such. So thank you for that, mate. Really appreciate it. And you too, yeah. I know Neil's given a bit of a chirp about you, but just, okay, no, those words, don't worry. But just looking around, Mom and I only got you a few days ago, and seeing what you guys have done. I mean, Bryan, you've made all these wooden things, and Lovey's did all these ornaments and that just shows you guys how you're working as a team. And as for parents, that is really critical. You know, it is. To see how you two stuck together through hard times. I've seen the last week, you both buggered, you know, and you just kept on going and, oh, got to do this, got to do that. The phones are ringing off the hook. But yeah, you two this shows teamwork and a lot of love. And that's what makes us as parents happy. And I think I speak on behalf of your folks as well. We're proud of you, and it's good stuff. I just want to thank Neil Wood for being the MC tonight and all the effort you and Rill have done, you know, Shaydene and that over the years where we haven't been here, helping them. And to everybody else who's helped you, I don't know half who's done what here, because we've only been here a few days. Just thanks to everybody for being here, for starters, and everyone had a hand in everything. Well, you all had a hand because you're here. All right. I think that's about it. All right. Now, one thing I'm going to give you advice, the only thing I'm going to give you advice in marriage is, I think it was touched on just now. You're going to have your blow-ups in life. Yeah, you all do. Every married couple does. The thing is, just forgiving. Forgiving, leaving what you've done and moving on. As a dad, that's my advice to both of you. But I see a great future. Little bambinos, hopefully soon. Right. I was going to ask everyone to close your eyes for 2 seconds, please. Dear Lord Jesus, We just come before you just to pray a blessing over Bryan and Shaydene marriage, going forward, Lord, of lots of love, happiness, peace, joy, little children, Lord, and you in the center. Thank you, Lord, for this beautiful day. And pray a blessing over everybody here. In your precious name and those who are missing. Amen.
Oh, Jesus. It was a bit harsh. Okay, so things are humming along. Anyone got the time? Just 6:30. Whoa, frick. You're 5 minutes late. See, it's your fault. Daddy's sitting out in the sugar cane there doing funny things. Okay. Yeah, what we're going to do now is Bryan thought he had got away with it, but he hasn't. So Bryan's going to come and give a few words on behalf of his beautiful bride, I'm sure. If he doesn't, we'll, between Graham, myself, Steve, whatever, we'll sort him out one way or the other. And then after that will be the wedding song, where Bryan and Shaydene will grace the floor, and obviously Dad and Mom and everyone will get involved as well. Okay, so that's where we're at. Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
I was about to say I never had helium yet.
Hello? Oh, there we go. Okay. So, yeah, good evening, everyone. Just as a starter, thank you to every single one of you for taking the time and effort to be out here. It really means the world to myself and Shaydene. I'd like to give some very, very special thanks to some very, very close family of ours. Neil, Candace, Cheryl, for what was being done after our road or hiccup and big speed bump that we had with flowers. Thank you so, so much for sorting all of that out for us, getting all of that done without any problems. Graham, Debbie, really, from our side, I know we've walked a good road, but we love you guys, I love you guys, I know Shaydene loves you guys, and I must say thank you very, very much for coming out here, making the time to be out here with us. And I know it's during a difficult period, but thank you from our side, I'm thanking you very much. I'm losing my words here. Yeah. Mom, Dad, obviously, Mom's my shoulder to cry on, Dad's my drink a couple beers with and forget about everything. Thank you to everything that you guys have done. Thank you for getting the car out here for us, sorting all of that out. And yeah, and obviously most importantly, to have my butcher was probably one of my biggest dreams to have. But yeah, but Ricky, really happy you guys could come out, especially Tyler and Finley, to see you guys again. Always good to see you guys. Yeah, really happy you guys could make it. I think also a big thank you has to go out to who I've always called my little princess, my little Ava. You looked absolutely stunning today, and thank you so much for what you did for us. And my little handsome man, where's he? There you are. George, You're going to be a handsome boy when you get bigger. Oh, yeah. George, thank you so much for what you did for me and Shaydene today. We really, really appreciate it. I could see at some point your arms were getting a bit heavy. I could see in the corner of my eye you were kind of doing this, but thank you so much. If I have missed any names, I'm really sorry. I think I've been the one that's been a scatterbrain during this whole wedding. There's a couple people here. Auntie, you will know how my mind has been with work and trying to organize wedding and all of that. So, yeah, just to have a lot of people out here, if I have forgotten you, I do apologize. You haven't been forgotten. I know we've had family that's traveled out from Joburg, so thank you guys for coming out. But also, most importantly, Paul, Mana, my two boys, thank you guys. Thank you, especially you boys, trying to keep me calm. Richie running around me, I'm trying to sort things out. Richie running after me, do I need help? Do you need help here? Do you need this? Jacques, and for you, just to be here, be standing next to me. I know I would have loved to have your butch here with me, but we understand. I love your butch, and he'll never be left out my heart. So thank you guys. And then, I'm sure I just said it, unless I forgot. Balan Mana. Okay, sorry, I did forget that. For Balan Mana, for us to be sitting here until about 10 o'clock last night, Balan Mana sorting out the flower arrangements. Out of somewhere, none of those flowers were, whether I don't know if they were bought or not, I'm not sure, but to make something like that out of this garden, minus the hydrangeas, I think it was. Very impressive. Very impressive. Thank you so much. And then, so most importantly, to the love of my life, and who I can now call my wife. It gives me such great honor to be able to call you my wife. You and I have walked a very, very tough road. And look where we are today. We are. So to come back to the couch story, we've had turns at sleeping on Eugene and Belle's couch from arguments we've had at home. And then sometimes for me to spite her, she would go and sleep the one night, and then as she gets home, I'm leaving, and I pack my bag and I leave. So, yeah, that's where the couch story comes from. But at the end of the day, babe, we made it. We are here. Thank you for being that calming one when you saw I couldn't keep my head anymore. You kept me calm. You'd come to me and you'd tell me, just relax, we're going to get through it. We're going to do it. You know how much I was stressed about this wedding. You know me. I think people at work would know me as well. Straight line, everything has to be perfect. Everything has to always work with me. You kept me to keep my head straight. If it wasn't for you, I would have lost my mind. Thank you so much. For that, I will always treasure you, always love you, and you'll always be my first priority. So good to be able to call you my wife. And I can't even cheers you because I don't have any more beer left. So I'm going to say something that I actually got told now by the bar, by my birds. I should be pulling that card. You're the bride and groom, so come on. No. It works. It works. Thank you so much. Okay, so lastly, can I please ask everyone to raise their glasses from my side? You'll all agree with me. My wife was absolutely stunning today, beautiful, and just absolutely gracious. Cheers to you, my babe. And am I asking? You asking? Can I have the first dance?
seems like a long time, but nothing seems like a long time when I am with you. I feel like I'm walking on water since the day that I asked your father to let go of his daughter. So give me your blessing, sir. I'll give her all that I've got. It doesn't look like much, but it sure feels like a lot. Let her take my heart and take my hand. Take my heart and take my hand. Take my heart and take my hand again and again. Right where we stand.
I never really know what love is, but whatever it is, I feel it in your kiss. You waltzed in like somebody planned it all. I feel right where I belong. My knees are weak, my heart is strong. So give me your word, and I'll give you all I got. No, we don't have much, but it sure feels like a lot. So take my heart and take my hand. Take my heart and take my hand. Take my heart and take my hand again and again. Right where we stand.
Take my heart and take my hand. I'll be your lover and I'll be your friend. Take my heart and take my hand again and again. Right where we stand.
Too good to be true.
I wanna spend my life with you. I wanna spend my life with you. Too good to be true.
Wanna spend my life with you.
Wanna spend my life with you.
Stay there, Shades. You go dance with your daddy. Father and daughter.
There's two things I know for sure. She was sent here from heaven, and she's daddy's little girl. As I drop to my knees by her bed at night, she talks to Jesus, and I close my eyes, and I thank God for all of the joy in my life. Oh, but most of all, for butterfly kisses after bedtime prayer, sticking little white flowers all up in her hair. Walk beside the pony, daddy, it's my first ride. I know the cake looks funny, Daddy, but I sure tried. Oh, with all that I've done wrong, I must have done something right to deserve a hug every morning and butterfly kisses at night. Sweet 16 today. She's looking like her mama a little more every day.
All right, now the bride has finally joined us. Thank you, Shaydene. As you saw, I went around to each table asking you guys to leave a personal message to the bride and groom. And seeing as that we've flown over from Denmark, we thought we'd bring a little tradition, a wedding tradition across. As you all wrote a message, what we've done is we've now put it into a box of wine, which my wife will bring across now. And the idea being that you've all written a message. We're going to get the bride and groom to do their first task as a couple or as a married couple. They are now going to be tasked to wield a hammer and some nails, and they're going to have to work as a team to hit those nails into the box without hitting each other. So, Bryan and Jenny, could you please close that box? Both of you have to do it. Both. One hold the nail, one hold the hammer.
Would I be a fool if I told you that I really like you? That I'll even kill a monster or two just to be with you. I'll catch fireflies, paint your face in the African sky. Big flowers from the west coast so dry.
As I explained to everybody at the tables, what is happening now is they're going to close this box, and on the night of their first year anniversary, they are going to open the box of wine, enjoy the glass of wine while reading all your messages and remembering today.
The question is, baby girl, do you love me too? Well, I want you, I swear I do. The question is, baby girl, do you want me too? Let's make a road trip. Sleep under
keep
starry
going.
skies and Rocky Mountain waves. Carve our names in trees is what we'll do. Yeah, baby, me and you.
There we go, that's good enough, yes.
Well, I love you, I swear I do. The question is, baby girl, do you love me too? Well, I want you.
Speaker.
I swear I do. The question is, baby girl, do you love me too? Yeah, I walk to the edge of the earth to prove my love to you.
There we go.
Tower after tower, minutes
Perfect, good
turns
stuff.
to hours.
Hope you guys
when I'm
enjoy that,
without
and on your
you.
first anniversary, think of us.
Dance
very
in the
much. Thank
morning
you.
rain till the sun starts to shine, and hold you forever till the end of time.
Right, this is a little test of character. This has come from Bryan's mom. And she's asked us to just ask a few questions of, sit in the front, please. Sorry. Okay, the idea of this game is to see how the relationship has started, how it's progressed, and how it's going to progress in the future. So what happens is I ask the question, they listen to that, and whoever thinks that they were right raises their little banner or their little flag. Okay. So you guys can be the judge. Who made the first move in the relationship? Okay. Well, yeah, bit suspect. Right, Bryan has got one. Question 2, who initiated the first kiss? Whoa, that must have been a Jose night. Huh? Oh, my word. Okay, well, here's a better one for you two. This will sort out who is the better kisser. Okay. Right, who's the boss in the relationship? No question. Who talks the most? Oh, that's easy. Okay, who's the romantic one? There we go. Right, who paid on the first date? Oh, Brownie. Okay. I'm going to jump a few of these, Alva, because there's a whole heap of them. Okay, who is always scared of spiders? Well, Brian, I had to add that one in. Who is the more stubborn? Yeah, no question. Okay. Who is better at keeping surprises? Hey, there you go. Who is grumpy in the morning? Okay, who makes the better food? Oh, yeah, I'll go with Brian. Okay. Who is the baby when they are sick? Okay. Who is always late? Oh, lucky my wife is not answering this question. Yeah. This Shades, this is for you. Who is the better driver? Babe, to the left, babe, to the left. Yeah. Okay, who got better grades in school? Ronnie. Sure. Okay. Who hogs most of the bed? There you go. Oh, actually, here's a very good one. Who uses more toilet paper? Shades. There we go. Okay. Who has to always have the final word after an argument? Yeah. Okay. Well, I won't know who's better with kids. Both actually good. Yeah. Okay. Who is more forgetful? It's half a one. Okay, you both have motor cars. Who has the cleanest car? Yeah, Brian, I was hoping you weren't going to raise your flag on that one. Yeah. Oh, geez, this is definitely Jose. Who holds their liquor better? Bryan, you're a liar. It's the first time in all the years that I've said that I've known Bryan. On Thursday night, he actually refused a beer. I nearly fell on my flippin' back. No, yeah, I think that was probably the trick, yeah. Who says I love you the most? Okay. This should be a good one. Who has the craziest family? Yeah. Okay, well, there you go, guys. That gives you a bit of insight into this relationship. Thank you for participating honestly. So what we are asking now is for all the men that are not married. Okay, I repeat, that are not married. Not those ones lurking around the ladies' toilets and things over there. I've noticed you lot. Okay. Shaydene is going to take off her garter, and you're all invited to have a go and see if you can catch it. Bryan, you need a chair? Teeth, Bryan, use your teeth. Hey! Rough. RUFF. Hang on now, Shaydene's got to throw that thing. Are there any unmarried men? Come on, Davy, you're only engaged. You're not married, Cody. You got to throw. Okay. Come on, guys. It doesn't take you that long to decide whether you're married or not.
I'll tell you what I think. I think she's a cow. She's let you down too many times now. Let's go for a drink. Forget it for now.
Hey, the bunny.
I think it's your mate. And I will stand by you. You're my mate. And I will stand by you. And in the face of things that could hurt.
All the single ladies, 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 all the single ladies. Now put your hands up in the club. You just broke up. I'm doing my own little thing. You decided to dip, and now you want to trip 'cause another brother noticed me. I'm up on him, he up on me. Don't pay him any attention. Just cried my tears, get 3 good years. You can't be mad at me. 'Cause if you like it,
Hey. Can't take this Godwin family anywhere. Right. Well done, the catchers. Good luck to you both. Maybe we'll be having another wedding shortly. Bryan and Shaydene, if you wouldn't mind, just cutting your beautiful wedding cake there. And once you've done that, dessert will be dished up.
Beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it. Darling, you look perfect tonight.
Right. Last time you're going to hear my awesome voice. There's a last little game that Shaydene and Bryan asked us to play, where a whole lot more of us are going to be involved. There's a team Bryan and a team Shaydene. Okay, the following are in the team Bryan. Please, if your name is called, go to the pub, get a beer, bring your chair, and line up on the dance floor. Okay. Steve, wherever you may be. Okay, Rudy, Jacques, Richie, is that Cade, is it? Cade, Donnie, Christo, Don, Ricky, and Ingrid V. So if you want me to read those names out again, I can do so. Please get a beer or a flying fish or something, whatever you want to do. So you're going to put it. Guys, when you get those beers, just please keep them full. Don't drink them now. And you better get a glass. Okay, get a beer and a glass. So if you want to hear your names again, Team Bryan, Steve, Rudy, Jacques, Richie, Cade, Nikita, Christo, Don, Ricky, and Ingrid V. Sorry, Chantel. Nikita's on the other side. Okay. Okay. And then in Team Shaydene, we've got Graham, Mike, Dave, Darren, Jared, Jimmy, Benny, Nikita, and Tyler. This is a beer drinking competition, guys. So you're batting for Shaydene, and the other side is batting for Bryan. Okay, it won't take long, I'm sure. Knowing you guys, you'll knock that back in a few seconds. Okay, you need a glass, boys. Or no, you don't need it. That's fine. You need a beer. Me, Mark.
Night by night, she danced to the circus band. When Nellie was leading the big parade, she looked so proud and bland. No more tricks for Nellie to perform. They taught her how to take a bow, and she took the crowd by storm.
Well done, guys. A clear winner, Shaydene team. Woohoo! Just a word from our minister. He said the winning team has got free AA classes anytime you want to join up. Right, after that bit of fun, this is the last time I'll bug you. The last formal announcement, the dance floor is now open.
Crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. All the crazy shit I did tonight, those will be the best memories. I just wanna let it go for the night. That would be the best therapy for me. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah. Hey, party rockers in the house tonight. Woo! Everybody just have a good time. Yeah. And we gon' make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. Let's go. Party rockers in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. Chillin', man. And we gon' make you lose your mind. We just wanna see you shake that. Every day I'm shuffling. Step up fast and be the first girl to make me throw this cash. We get money, don't be mad, now stop. Hating is bad. One one more shot for us. Another round. Please fill up a cup. Don't mess around. We just want to see you shaking that. Now you home with me. You're naked now.
Get up, get down, put your hands up to the sun. Get up, get down, put your hands up to the sun. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, put your hands up to the sun, to the sun. Put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up, put your hands up. Party buckets in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. And we gon' make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good, good, good time. Oh, put your hands up. Oh, I can feel it, babe. Oh, put your hands up. Oh, put your hands up.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Paddles in the ice, like a blizzard. When we drink, we do it right. Getting scissors, sip the scissor. In my ride, like 3-6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6, like a G6, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6, like a G6, like a G6. Now I'm feeling so fly, like a G6.
Barbara Streisand. Barbara Streisand.